Number chapter 23. Balaam said to Balak, "Build me 7 altars here. Prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me to sacrifice." Balak did just as Balaam said. The two of them offered a bull and a ram on each altar. Then Balaam said to Balak, "Stay here beside your offering. I will go and try to find out what the Lord wants me to do. Maybe he will come and meet with me. Then I will tell you what he says to me." So Balaam went off to a bare hilltop. God met with him there. Balaam said, "I have prepared 7 altars. On each altar I have offered a bull and a ram." The Lord put a message in Balaam's mouth. The Lord said, "Go back to Balak. Give him my message." So Balaam went back to him. He found Balak standing beside his offering. All the Moabite officers were with him. Then Balaam spoke the message he had received from God. He said, "Balak brought me from the land of Aram. The king of Moab sent for me from the mountains in the east. Come," he said, "put a curse on Jacob's people for me. Come, speak against Israel. But how can I put a curse on people God hasn't cursed? How can I speak against people the Lord hasn't spoken against? I see them for the rocky peaks. I view them for the hills. I see a group of people who lives by themselves. They don't consider themselves to be one of the nations. Jacob's people are like the dust of the earth. Can dust be counted? Who can count even the forest of the Israelite? Let me die as godly people die. Let my death be like theirs." Balak said to Balaam, "What have you done to me? I brought you here to put a curse on my enemies, but all you have done is give them a blessing." He answered, "I have to speak only the words the Lord puts in my mouth." Then Balak said to Balaam, "Come with me to another place. You can see the Israelites from there. You won't see all of them. You will only see the outer edges of their camp. From there, put a curse on them for me." So Balak took Balaam to the field of Zophim. It was on the highest slopes of the Pisgah. There Balak built 7 altars. He offered a bull and a ram on each altar. Balaam said to Balak, "Stay here beside your offering. I will meet with the Lord over there." The Lord met with Balaam. He put a message in Balaam's mouth. The Lord said, "Go back to Balak. Give him my message." So Balaam went to Balak. He found him standing beside his offering. The Moabite officers were with him. Balak asked him, "What did the Lord say?" Then Balaam spoke the message he had received from God. He said, "Balak, rise up and listen. Son of Zippor, hear me. God isn't a mere human. He can't lie. He isn't a human being. He doesn't change his mind. He speaks and then he acts. He makes a promise and then he keeps it. He has commanded me to bless Israel. He has given them his blessing, and I can't change it. I don't see any trouble coming on the people of Jacob. I don't see any suffering in Israel. The Lord their God is with them. The shout of the king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt. They are as strong as wild oaks. There isn't any magic that can hurt the people of Jacob. No one can use magic words to harm Israel. Here's what will be said about the people of Jacob. Here's what will be said about Israel. People will say, 'See what God has done.' The Israelites are gonna wake up like a female lion. They're gonna get up like a male lion. They're like a lion that won't rest until it eats what it has killed. They're like a lion that won't rest until it drinks the blood of what it has killed." Then Balak said to Balaam, "Don't put a curse on them at all, and don't give them a blessing at all." Balaam answered, "Did I tell you that I must do only what the Lord says?" Then Balak said to Balaam, "Come, let me take you to another place. Perhaps God will be pleased to let you put a curse on the Israelites for me from there." Balak took Balaam to the top of the mountain Peor. It looks out over a dry and empty land. Balaam said, "Build me 7 altars here. Prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me to sacrifice." Balak did just as Balaam said. He offered a bull and a ram on each altar. Numbers chapter 24. Balaam saw the Lord was pleased to give his blessing to Israel, so he didn't try to use evil magic as he had done at other times. Instead, he turned and looked toward the desert. He looked out and saw Israel. They had set up their camps tribe by tribe. The Spirit of God came on him. Balaam spoke the message he had received from God. He said, "Here is the message God gave Balaam, the son of Beor. It's the message God gave to the one who sees clearly. It's the message God gave to the one who hears the words of God. He sees a vision from the Mighty One. He falls down fled with his face toward the ground, his eyes have been opened by the Lord. People of Jacob, your tents are very beautiful. Israel, the places where you live are very beautiful. They spread out like valleys. They're like gardens beside a river. They're like aloes the Lord has planted. They're like cedar trees beside the stream. Their water buckets will run over. Their seas will have plenty of water. Their king will be greater than the king Agag. Their kingdom will be honored. God brought them out of Egypt. They are as strong as wild oaks. They destroy nations at war with them. They break their bones in pieces. They wound them with their arrows. Like a male lion, they lie down and sleep. They are like a female lion. Who dares to wake them up? May those who bless you will be blessed. May those who curse you be cursed. Then Balak became very angry with Balaam. He slapped his hands together. He said to Balaam, I said for you to put a curse on my enemies, but you have given them a blessing 3 times. Get out of here right away. Go home. I said I would make you very rich, but the Lord has kept you from getting rich. Balaam answered Balak, here is what I told the messengers you sent me. I said, Balak could give me all the silver and gold in his palace. Even if I wanted to, I still couldn't do anything at all that goes beyond what the Lord commands. I must say only what the Lord tells me to say. Now I'm gonna back to my people, but come, let me warn you about what these people will do to your people in days to come. Then Balaam spoke the message he had received from God. He said, here is the message God gave Balaam, the son of Beor. It is the message God gave to the one who sees clearly. It is the message God gave to the one who hears the words of God. The Most High God has given him knowledge. He sees a vision from the Mighty One. He falls down flat with his face toward the ground. His eyes have been opened by the Lord. I see him, but I don't see him now. I view him, but he is near. A star will come from among the people of Jacob. A king will rise up out of Israel. He will crush the foreheads of the people of Moab. He will crush the heads of all the people of Shes. He will win the battle over Edom. He will win the battle over his enemy Seir. But Israel will grow strong. A ruler will come from among the people of Jacob. He will destroy those from the city who are still alive. Then Balaam saw the Amalekites. He spoke the message he had received from God. He said, Amalek was the first nation to attack Israel, but their end will be total destructions. Then Balaam saw the Kenites. He spoke the message he had received from God. He said, the place where you live is safe. Your nest is on a high cliff, but you Kenites will be destroyed. The shore will take you as prisoners. Then Balaam spoke the message he had received from God. He said, who can live when God does this? Ships will come from the shores of Cyprus that will bring Ashur and Evel under their control, but they themselves will also be destroyed. Then Balaam got up and returned home, and Balak went on his way.